It's a cottage. Fight me. I don't know. It's like a grandma cottage. Listen. I am nothing if not consistent. This is my aesthetic, okay? Let me live.
I don't care about my haters, and if you want to fight me, then fight me.
Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Either way, I am super excited to have you here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Now, as you can see, this is a speed build, just in case you were not aware, this is a speed build. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, which if you don't, you definitely should, by the way. Anyway, sorry. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll note that the other week, I don't know, time is an illusion and I can't remember when I'm posting this. But I did a tweet and I was basically asking people what color siding I should paint this house because I struggled with that so much. And the funniest part of all of this is that tweet at the time, at present day, that tweet is the most engaged tweet on my entire Twitter feed. For some reason, people really love telling me what color siding I should paint a house. So you know what? I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for the feedback. I am not going to tell you what color I went with because then maybe you'll keep on watching, although you probably already saw in the thumbnail if you care that much. But it was a debacle and Twitter couldn't help me either. It was so split. I love the idea of going wham with the colors, but also this house already has turquoise windows and a turquoise door, so I was afraid that I was popping off too hard. Like, where's the line? Have I crossed it? The answer is most definitely yes, I cross the line every day. But the point is that I was really struggling with like the line between cute and colorful and then like actually crazy because I wanted this to not look insane. And I think it kind of does, but I also kind of like it. And it's on stilts, which I know is a little bit weird. I built this inspired by an inspiration pic that I found, like I do with almost everything that I build in The Sims. Unfortunately, I'm not quite creative enough to have original concepts when it comes to buildings in The Sims 4. Although I'm sure as I build more and more, that'll definitely start happening to me. It happens sometimes, but for the most part, I need a reference picture or something like that. This build started because I wanted to use the cats and dogs windows in that swatch. We've had cats and dogs for so long. It's one of my favorite expansion packs. I actually made a video ranking all of the expansion packs in The Sims 4, by the way, so if you want to know how I feel about all of them, there's a little info card happening right now that'll take you there. But anyway, cats and dogs is one of my favorite expansion packs, and I am confident that I have never used that swatch for the windows in a build. I arguably almost always use the white swatch on those windows, so I wanted to mix it up, and I said, if we're going to use a different swatch, let's go all the way. So turquoise windows. I actually really like it. It matches the nifty knitting door really, really well. So that was the vibe that we went for. It's a cottage. Fight me. I don't know. It's like a grandma cottage. Listen. I am nothing if not consistent. This is my aesthetic, okay? Let me live. It does look different though, especially on the outside. Like I have not done an exterior quite like this before. Although now that I'm thinking of it, I'm pretty sure this speed build that I made to basically review Nifty Knitting was also purple, so maybe I have done this before. But this one is a lot smaller. I think it's technically the middle tier tiny home if you have tiny living. The 64 tiles, I think, is what this ends up being. I did upload it to the gallery as the tiny home lot type, so you can download it that way and you'll get the perks. We love a perk. This is not a limited pack build. Normally I limit my packs. In this build I did not. At least I don't think so, or maybe I did. I think it might be cats and dogs and nifty knitting only. That would make sense to me. We'll find out as the video goes on. But I know for sure that I use cats and dogs and nifty knitting because I can see them right now. So you can see more landscaping. I'm using debug landscaping. I've sung this mod's praises before, and buckle up because I'm doing it again. The Better Build by mod changed my life, and I'm not being dramatic. I'm honestly not. Life-changing. You can search for debug. The items are tagged by name. They're tagged by item. They have swatches. You can copy them with the eyedrop tool. Like if you build in The Sims, then you understand why this is such an amazing mod. Like, it's insane. So you can see we jumped ahead a little bit. I did the floor plan and I started furnishing it in a different color scheme. Then I was like, I cannot live like this. I was using the pink like floral wallpaper, and then I was like, these windows are turquoise. Like, I need to stop and evaluate my life. So we ended up going with like a turquoise, greens, and blues, and also like brown color scheme. So it's like all my normal cottages, but with cool colors instead of warm colors. Although a lot of the wood is still warm tone, but instead of red and pink, it's green and blue. So it's a little different. Not really, but a little. And I actually gave this bedroom just a single bed. In my head, Grandma lives alone. So she has a single bed in her kind of long, skinny closet bedroom. I really wanted to maximize the living space because I figured she was more likely to have like grandkids or something who came over than she was to live with anyone else, if that makes sense. And obviously, like, whoever wants to play in this house can. It's not just for grandmas, but I don't know. Apparently I only build houses for grandmas is what I'm realizing. That's just very much is one of my favorite aesthetics and probably the easiest for me to accomplish in The Sims because basically every pack and also the base game has good content for that style, whereas a lot of other styles you need to have a specific pack. Like if you want to build a gothic house and you don't have vampires installed, then like tough luck. Like some of the packs are really stylistically specific and vice versa, whereas this grandma style can be achieved with almost any combination of packs, I would say, other than, you know, like a handful obviously, but I think that there are more packs that have this kind of style than most styles. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling. I know that that doesn't really make sense. Okay, so you can see the kitchen counters. I do leave them this color. If you want to fight me, you can fight me. I don't care what you have to say about my ridiculous green color scheme. And also these are from Parenthood, so I think that might be what I did. Using one expansion, one game pack, and one stuff pack is something that I would do. I think that that's what it is. It's Cats and Dogs, Parenthood, and Nifty Knitting. All great packs, by the way. If you're looking for recommendations, I would strongly recommend all three of them. Nifty Knitting is ranked a little bit lower in my head than those other two, but still very good. I do have a bunch of videos ranking all of the DLC for The Sims 4, so if you want to check those out, I mentioned the expansion pack one earlier, but the playlist with all of them will be in the description below. So if you want to find out how I feel about packs, get my honest opinion on all of them, you can find those videos there. And if you have any questions about any of the packs, because I do have all of them except for Journey to the 2, definitely let me know. I'm happy to answer them. I definitely have more of a family style gameplay in terms of when I actually play the game, which hasn't happened in a while, if we're honest, because I just build and make Sims. I make a Sim and then I build them a house and then I play for an hour and then I'm like, okay, I'm bored. And then the next day I make a Sim and then I build them a house. Like I don't actually play the game a lot anymore, which is kind of sad. I should probably try again. That sounds so bad. I don't mean it like that. I just like, I don't know. It gets boring after a while and you know, we don't need to go into that. We don't have enough time left in this video to go into the ramifications of gameplay in The Sims 4, but it is not her strong suit. The Sims 4 improved cast and build by in most ways, but the thing that we definitely took like a solid step back on was gameplay. Like there's not really any gameplay improvements, just gameplay losses. Whereas with build by and cast, there are some improvements and some losses. But yeah, I mean, that's the tea. That's how I feel. Welcome to my TED Talk. I don't think that that's an unpopular opinion at all. And you know, suffice to say, I still love The Sims 4. I still play it all the time. As you can see, like a large majority of the content on my YouTube channel is about this game. So clearly I am not that peeved with her. I love this game still. It doesn't matter. Like I understand that she's flawed and I accept that. So, you know, that's the tea. What? Sorry if this voiceover is low quality. I feel like I apologize in every voiceover, but especially these like shorter videos, I struggle to voiceover because I have a lot to say and not enough time to say it. So here we are. Oh my god, random little side bit. Do you see this above the fireplace? I love it so much. I cluttered that like a lot and it looks so cute. Like that's the vibe, you know. If I wasn't a coward, I would have cluttered everything like that, but I don't have that much time, and also I always get nervous about cluttering kitchens because I still want them to be usable, and there wasn't a lot of surface space in the bedroom to clutter. Also, the bathroom only has a tub in it. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. That's just the life that we're living. That's just the life that grandma lives, okay? Obviously, there's definitely room on this lot to expand this house, even though it's a 20 by 15 lot because this house is so small. I did surround it with a lot of landscaping, as you saw. It's all debug though, so it doesn't contribute to the cost because, you know, debug landscaping is the best. Honestly, it's so funny because before the Better Build By mod, I didn't use debug landscaping that often. I didn't use debug that often. I just kind of like wrote it off as not being worth the effort, which is crazy because debug has always been awesome and has always been a staple for Sims creators, but I just never really, and I also didn't used to build as much before I started my channel. So I guess it makes sense, but like I cannot believe that I have been landscaping without debug for years. Like, do you see this right now? Like, I'm sorry, do you see these flowers right now? I'm not okay, I promise. When you don't have your own back and then you slowly realize that you were selling yourself short for years. and that's on having anxiety. I do also want to address, and I usually address it in those little like text pop-ups that I have that come up, but I do joke about my mental illnesses sometimes because humor is one of my top coping mechanisms. I am not making light at all. And when I say that's on anxiety or that's on ADD or OCD, I am not, making light of those conditions or anything like that. I am diagnosed with all three of those things and others as well that I have not even mentioned on this channel. So, I'm not making fun of you. I am one of you. And we shall laugh together. Yep, that's it. That's the end of this voiceover. That's it. I can't make a point better than that. No, but honestly, I mean, I think it's really important to normalize mental illnesses in the sense to not be afraid to talk about them, but also make sure that you're not triggering people or making light or anything like that, because that's definitely not the goal. Like I said, I just joke around because that's how I deal with my stuff, and I think that a lot of people cope with humor, so that's kind of what I do. But I never mean to offend anybody or trigger anyone or anything like that. Of course, that's never my intention, and I am really sorry if it's happened at any point. Wow, I'm sounding like a YouTube apology video. Nothing's happened. No one called me out or anything. It's because I haven't done anything, but like, I don't know. I just thought it was worth mentioning because I think that's the first time I've joked about my anxiety in an actual voiceover. That's wrong. I definitely have before. I don't know. I'm rambling. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video, the mess that it was. If you did, please give it a like. Let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Why am I like this? Anyway, subscribe, please. All right. Bye.